All right. Testing, testing. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's see if we get the room filled up real quick. I know this is an impromptu live. Let's see if we could get it going, but I got some good stuff for y'all. But let's see how many people show up. I know, this is not your regularly scheduled broadcast. I apologize, but we'll see what we do. We'll see how it goes. What's going on? Room filling up a little bit. What's up, Rios? What's up, Neo Sam C? What's going on, Mr. Cohen? There's an echo. Uh oh. Something must have messed up. Yes. Oh. Ah, shit. Here we go again. I may have to cancel this. What's going on? God, this fucking PC shit's annoying. Alright, let's see what's going on. Hold up. Alright, let's see. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, local. I don't know what it is. It's a curse at this point. The audio guys don't like me. Let's see. Is it still echoing? Right. Hmm. Hmm. This is an echo. What was it? Echo. Let's see. Jesus. I just wanted to entertain y'all today. But we go back on some bullshit. We back on that BS. Here. Let's see. Alright, he said I'm going deep sea diving. Oh, that's messed up. Motherfucker, dude, local said I'm drowning out here. How about now? Is the echo still there? Got deep sea diving. Maldita sea la madre. Yo, the crazy part is, like, 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 the settings don't change. That's what's wild about this. It's not like every podcast I readjust settings. No. He says it looks like I'm gonna sing solo. Might be. Oh, imagine if my mic messed up. Sounds like a filter. Hold on, let me go on my own show and see here. This is garbage. Like, this is mad annoying, you know what I'm saying? This is mad disappointing because y'all deserve better. You know what I mean? But the crazy part is, it's not like, man, this is mad weird, bro. Because mad weird, bro. Oh, I hear it. Because mad weird. Oh, I see what you're saying. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, no shit. Okay, never mind.
I got it. Now that how about now? How about now? Better now? No, better now? You should, yeah, okay. All right. All right. Yeah, you know what it is? I have kind of like a voice modulator. And I must have accidentally, like, there's this voice, man, my bad. So it was in the settings. So I have a voice modulator. I'm using Banana, right? So, you know, there's a little box, and you can move the little box to make your sound, you know, change different. You guys know what I'm talking about? Now it sound muffled. How about this? Look at this. How about we do this? Hey, let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, y'all should see in the screen now. He said, uninstall that shit.
You see, so before I was sounding like this, right? Sounding all crazy
and stuff. So it's usually like right over here. How's that sound right there? P-Rock plus Banana equals bot, a little muffled in outer space. Center it more. How about here? How does that sound now? He said, be like Xbox, make everything mid. Ah, shit. Make it 69 Metacritic. Does that sound better? Really? Wow, that's new. Something was different. All right, I'm going to keep talking right now. So, over here. Really? It sounds good? All right. Yeah. Y'all don't want me to move the box down, left, right? I'm here for you guys. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this. I want this to be the best, you know. In about 2 weeks, I'm going to the Dominican Republic for a vacation, celebrating my daughter's godmother's birthday. But when I come back, I'm gonna try to buy a new mic setup. Hell yeah! All right, this thing's loud. Am I sound too loud and all that stuff? Now this sounds true to your voice. You good? We can hear every molecule. He said we can hear the DNA. Whoa! Pause. You take a screenshot. Post it on the checklist. Now I know. No, so you know this normally just stays right here. It just stays normal. It just seems like every other week I have to keep adjusting these levels. I might know this is not Banana. This is regular voice meter. I might. Even though I have Banana, I just didn't think I needed it. I might have to go with Banana because it has more tools. I don't know. But hey, if you guys are happy, that's all that matters. The voice is clear. You know, everything's good. That's all that matters. So if you guys are good, if you guys are happy, I'm happy. All right. I really appreciate it. Now we're about to have some fun. Right? We're gonna have a good old time. We're gonna start with this, right? So we all know what happened at Gamescom, right? Here's just another example of what happened out there. Here's just another example.
Oh, day after my birthday! Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
There you have it. Indiana Jones and the Great
Wait,
Circle
what
is
happened
coming
to the
out
rumor?
this December for Xbox Game Pass and
What happened
PC.
to the rumor?
But there is one more thing
Uh-oh.
that Machine Games and Bethesda wanted to share with you about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go. Oh.
The game's coming to PlayStation 5 in spring of 2025. All right, before we wrap up,
There we go.
we do have one final game announcement for you. Check this out.
Oh, that's because of the business. Oh, Sashimi is going to be wow. Yes, it is. They're going to be happy about that. But that's because of the deal that they were doing. That's why.
Because of the deal. That's fine. That's fine. Yo, my man went. What happened to the rumor? Yo, he looked like Toretto from the first Fast and the Furious. He was like this. 1 inch or 1 mile. A win's a win. A win is a win. And then all of a sudden, one more thing. One more thing? My man was hoping they announced DLC. He was hoping they would already announce the sequel. When he said one more thing. Hey, we got one more thing. Oh, Indiana Jones sequel? Please, announce the sequel. That's what they were talking about. Oh, man. But here's the crazy part, right? Yo, these Xbox dudes, bro. Yo, they're something else, man. These guys are something else, man. I don't know. I just can't figure them out, man. Yo, they don't adapt and learn. Like, you would think, like, oh my God, I don't even know. I can't even come up with an example. Like, just adapt and understand what's going on. Because let me give you an example. Look at this, right? We'll start with this. They're trying to come out with levels of cope any which way. They're having conversations that's just so out of scope. It's just weird. It's just crazy weird. Listen to this shit.
Launch on Xbox next year. This is my opinion. I'm not sitting in the room with Hiroki, but if I was, I'd be like, Hiroki, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm an Xbox guy. I have those games. I've platinumed almost 2 of them because I need 2 more trophies and miles, and I'll finish off Spider-Man eventually. I'll rebuy those games. I'm a customer. Sell them to me on Xbox. You know what Hiroki's gonna say? Well, these games, they're just collecting dust.
No, what Hiroki's gonna say is, what's an Xbox? That's what he's gonna say.
Look, don't be insulted by what I'm about to say, ladies and gentlemen, but here's the truth. Spider-Man 2018, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2 are stacks of newspaper that are sitting in the rain. They're not, people bought them already. No one is rebuying those games on PlayStation. They've taken those games out of their service when Spider-Man 2 launched to make you buy the games again. No one is buying those games. You know who would buy those games? People on Switch 2, people on Xbox. Those are customers that Sony doesn't have to, they need to find. That is an absolute fact. That is not being insulting. That is not, piling on PlayStation. They need to find new revenue with old games. They need to find new customers selling older games that are no longer moving the needle on their platform. Those are just 3 of them. And Sony is going to follow, just like they've done time and time again, and copy almost verbatim what Xbox is doing. And when that happens, people in this chat that are rah-rah on PlayStation will be like, yeah, PlayStation, you see, we won. And we talked about this, and then and of course, my ideology was poo-pooed and clipped and put out there by the trolls. Look at this jackass boomstick. He don't know what he's talking about. I never said it, as a matter of fact. It's my personal opinion, but I'm also a businessman, and that makes business sense to me. But
it's funny because you played that clip, right, of Phil when he was at Gamescom, right, in the beginning, and had that interview, right, with Sarah Bond.
Like, where do they come up with this shit, bro? Where does Boom come up with this, bro? Like, Boom, bro. PlayStation puts in effort to not even to try to keep third-party games away from Xbox. So you think the brand PlayStation, who goes out and make deals to say, hey, make that game exclusive to PlayStation, they on the other side are going to say, oh, but we're going to put first party on Xbox. So they're going to keep third party away from Xbox while putting first party on Xbox. This is your logic. Yo, this dude is wild, bro. This is a coping mechanism. This is a mechanism to try to avoid the obvious, right? They're trying to paint this picture where it's all about not enough money, so you have to, put your games on other places so you can recoup money and make money. This is to prevent the realization that the reason why Microsoft is doing this is because your console is just not significant enough to keep exclusives. It's just not worth it. That's why Microsoft is doing this. If your console had the same amount of sales as PlayStation 5, or if it was the market leader, you best believe these games will not be going on PlayStation. If PlayStation only had like 15, 20 million of very small minuscule sales, and it was Xbox Series X that had 50, 60, 70 million, these games will not be going on PlayStation 5. They wouldn't care about the 10, 15 million PlayStation consoles out there. There'd be no point in putting energy and effort into making a port. That's why you started seeing some developers, even Capcom, some games they're not putting on Xbox. On Series X. Sure, you can say it was MT framework. I'm pretty sure technology, they could get the game running. You cannot tell me that all of a sudden games don't work on Xbox because of MT framework. Now all of a sudden games just don't work on Xbox out of the blue. When the game, here's the funny part, the game's on PC, which is DX. Now all of a sudden it don't work on Xbox? No, it's whatever issues they have to get it running, it's just not worth it. Because you don't have enough consoles, so the energy's not there to do it. There's more than enough money to make off of PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC and Nintendo Switch. Plenty of money. Wukong sold 10 million on just PlayStation 5 and PC. Plenty of hardware out there to make money. Xbox is not really, Xbox is just a little bit extra, right? But depending on for the developer, the juice may not be worth the squeeze to put on Xbox. Sony doesn't give a damn. What is Sony gonna gain putting their first party on Xbox like that? Just put Spider-Man, all that stuff. What the hell are they gonna gain? You understand? And what's funny is you guys, they're gonna get what, 10,000 people? Here's the funny part. You guys know by Microsoft putting games on PlayStation, the conversation for every Xbox game here on out is always gonna be PlayStation. Because that's the bigger audience. Every game from here on out, when's it going to come out on PlayStation? When's it going to come out on PlayStation? You guys will never be able to enjoy an Xbox game without hearing PlayStation. Every game that Xbox makes or whatever, everybody's going to ask, when's it coming out on PlayStation? That's going to be the first thing. That's the bigger audience. That's the market leader. You guys are a niche crew. PlayStation's the market leader. So you're going to hear, when's it going to come out on PlayStation? You're going to hear that all the time. You will not be able to enjoy announcements ever again. And now that Microsoft announced the PlayStation version at their own, show on Gamescom, that door's open. They'll be able to do that all the time now. That's just the first step. You think that's going to be the last? No. Now they'll have no problems announcing PlayStation 5 versions day and date, or if it's timed exclusive, you're going to hear. You're never really going to have here on now a dedicated Xbox show that's Xbox free from PlayStation. PlayStation's tied to all your shows now. All your shows belong to us now. PlayStation owns those shows now. All the announcements, all the shows, it belongs to us now. We're the big audience. Don't be be surprised if Microsoft really. Don't be surprised because at this point, don't be surprised if Microsoft really goes out of their loophole, like their OODA loop, right? And they decide to do at least a nice little show and talk to the PlayStation audience. That shit will be wild. I wouldn't be surprised if they went that far. This has nothing to do with, Sony's got to find a way to make more money. They're making crazy money. Right? And they're going to use that money. And guess what? They're going to still block third party away from y'all. You think all that China Hero Project, Korean Hero Project, Middle East and African Project trying to harness new developers to make games, you think those games are going to go on Xbox? You think Sony's concerned? You think Sony's concerned about putting games on this niche audience? No. What Sony wants is for that niche audience, whatever is left, they want that gone. They want all of that gone. They are not going to try to throw you a lifeline and say, we'll get an extra couple of sales, give them a bone. No. They want you out. They want Xbox out. And I'm not saying, I don't want to hear clips about Porter Rock's excited. I'm just telling you the reality. This is not me being excited about Xbox or Xbox disappearing, Xbox dying. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just telling you what it is. That's just the reality. They want every grain of Xbox console out of the market so they can have it to themselves. Sony has no issue to be like, do your PC thing, do your cloud thing. Create a handheld, do your thing. But they're not trying to give Xbox console a lifeline. Again, they're not even letting you have third party. Any third party they can snatch. If Sony was able to snatch Grand Theft Auto 6, they would. If they had somehow, some way, even if it's just time for a year to keep Grand Theft Auto 6 off Xbox, they absolutely would. They will get rid of their left nut if Take-Two was willing to accept it. They will sacrifice their firstborns at Sony. If they had a chance, just a chance, even if it was 6 months, they would do it. And you think they're going to put Spider-Man? Yo, these guys are wild. This is simply a case that they don't want to accept the most obvious answer. Your console's not selling. Console doesn't have the market share. The consoles do not provide the sales necessary for Microsoft to be like, all right, this console can have some exclusives. It's just not strong enough. The fan base is not strong enough. The purchasing power is nowhere near strong enough to justify Xbox consoles to have exclusives. Yes, you would like to think Xbox consoles should have exclusives from their own company. But Microsoft does not look at the console as valuable as like when it was a 360. It just can't do it. And another one for y'all. Guess from the same group. Listen to this stuff. This is the new copium. They're now gonna become the pocket watching kings. Check this out.
Honestly, this has gone over a lot of people's heads. This isn't an excuse. This is not coping, as the kids like to say.
It's coping.
This is the truth.
A few moments later.
Here's the thing. PlayStation gamers, welcome. Welcome to Xbox. Thank you for funding the Next Machine Games title. You're going to do that because you are paying $76.43 when I'm paying $20 a month for my service. And you know who wins? I suppose everybody wins. You get to play the game. Yeah, well, we win for sure. We absolutely win. But, see, money, these PlayStation gamers, the frauds that you talk about on a regular basis, are literally going to buy this game for $76.43. They're going to potentially buy the collector's edition or the deluxe edition that gives you the DLC. And you know what they just did? They just funded the Next Machine Games title. Thank you, PlayStation.
This is how stupid they are, right? Because we say thank you for funding Game Pass, right? And this is the not so smart level of these people, right? They say no, you pay for your own Game Pass subscription. Oh, got it. The dumbness that exists. Understood. Okay, we gotta break it down for you. What we mean is that all of the games that Xbox gives to us, right? That go into our subscription that we pay the $20 a month for, You are funding that with your purchases of Xbox games. That's including Call of Duty. That's including Minecraft. That's including Indiana Jones next year. That's going to include Doom next year. Keep buying them, ponies. Buy. You're funding our games.
Yeah,
Thank
indeed.
you.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Honestly,
All right. Oh my God. All right. Help me out here, Boom, and the other dude, C Money. Before Microsoft announced they're putting games on PlayStation, how are the games being funded then? Because if you're saying we're funding them now, then what was the plan 2 years ago? How are the games being funded? What you just admitted was Game Pass is unable to fund your favorite hobby. Meaning, the only reason why you got Xbox is because you're living off of our rib. Meaning, right? We're the head of household. We run this shit. You just mooching off us. So don't be mad when you start seeing things change. Because we got the bread. You just admitted you just mooching. You leeching. You're just leeching off us. We're the ones with the money. We're the ones that's providing Microsoft with the bucks. So that means we are now the priority. You're just in the sidelines eating out scraps. We're pretty much making sure Xbox exists. And if what you're saying is true, let's say if that's true, that means Microsoft is saying the same thing. So who you think Microsoft's going to cater to? The mooch of you that just with $20 or us? 76.33, whatever the amount was. Who becomes a priority? We're the head of household. If we're filing taxes, we file head of household. You're just a support. We're just getting extra money from you. You guys don't realize you're pretty much saying rerun your ecosystem now. He who holds the money runs shit. You can't say you run shit when you just admitting we're the ones doing it. You're literally saying we run the house. And you guys are too dumb to understand. I know the other dude's Spanish. I'm going to say it in Spanish. Right? Tú estás comiendo la costilla de uno. You're eating off of my rib. That means I run this shit. This is my fucking house. You just admitted. I pay rent here. You just have the spare room. That's why you guys rent it. You say thank you, ponies, because you're paying for our funding. That means Microsoft knows we control this shit now. So who you think they're going to cater to? They're not going to cater to you. You just admitted they're not getting money from you. You just admitted that. You didn't think this through, did you? You really thought you're going to bash people. This is the reason why this is the reason why when you guys watch shows, you're like, that's why. And instead of announcing the PlayStation 5 version on a tweet, right? Or later the next day in a quick message, they said, nah, we're going to do it live on stage with Jeff Keighley. That's probably why. Because we're the ones with the money. They're catering to it little by little. Microsoft is shifting focus and be like, yeah, you guys are broke. We're going to go with the dudes. We're going to go with the ballers. Shout out to Sirius Shabazz. Uh-oh. Hold up. Y'all good? All right. The stream is tweaking. He said the stream is tweaking. Yeah, just when I got on my soapbox, right? Yo, this is crazy. Just when I got on my soapbox. Obviously, even the thing it says. Okay, how about now? All right. We back on? We good? We good? They're trying to stop. They're trying to stop my flow. Get that Starlink in there. Oh, shit. He says, please stop streaming off the Series S. Yo, Spectrum's bad, bro. I cannot wait till I leave Spectrum. All right. We good now? God, I hate Spectrum Internet. Garbage ass company. All right. Are you stealing your neighbor's Wi-Fi? I'm on the McDonald's Wi-Fi. All right. Shout out to Sirius. He said, Avowed is 30 FPS. Just got here. Oh, we're going to talk about it. And Sirius again, Xbox are our dependents. There you go. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to brag that you're our dependents, all right. We're going to file taxes and we're going to get that child tax credit off y'all. All right. We the head of household. Xbox community is our dependents. All right. We feed you. You know, we get you the Happy Meals, right? Because that's apparently what y'all saying. You need help with your Game Pass. But at least you admit it, though. That's really what it comes to. They knew that Game Pass wasn't worth a shit. Like, it wasn't going to do the job. And they're admitting it. Okay? See, the actual truth is, the money that Microsoft gets from PlayStation just creates bigger profit margin to put in corporate execs' profits. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. But now they want to act like dependents? All right. Act like dependents. If that's how you want to treat yourselves. You know, you want to, live off for other people because you can't do for your own platform, which now makes sense why Microsoft's doing this, because now you guys admit you didn't buy games. You just want to leech off of Microsoft for free shit or cheap shit. You wanted quality, but you weren't ready to pay for it. So now Microsoft's like, all right, you guys are the dependents. We're going to talk to the head of households. Microsoft, going forward, is going to talk to the bosses of the table. We're the boss of the table. They're doing this for us. You already see them. They're already talking about PlayStation, how successful, Sea of Thieves is. Now they're mentioning PlayStation at the shows. New head of household. This shit is wild, bro. And you guys are bragging about it. You guys literally are bragging that PlayStation is the new head of household for Xbox. That shit is wild, right? Here's another thing, man. Let's check this out. Man, this shit don't stop with these guys. It doesn't stop, right? Listen to this right here.
The other thing that's happening is PC is taking off. And, well, guess who owns that? That's Microsoft. It's not PlayStation. It's not Nintendo. It's Microsoft.
It's actually Steam, but go ahead. Talk about it.
Talk your shit, Pixel. Let them know. Finally. Thank God somebody, I think that's the first time somebody said, nah. You know what's funny? It took for Harger to talk about another platform other than PlayStation for somebody to finally call bullshit. Because if it wasn't PC, they probably would let it slide. But now that he's, encroaching PC, Pixel's like, because normally if it was PlayStation, Pixel would be like, I ain't saying shit. But then he goes, oh yeah, Microsoft on PC. Whoa, hold on. Microsoft, no. Microsoft don't run PC. Now they clapping back. Because it's PC. I didn't hear no clapbacks when it was PlayStation, and believe me, at least you could listen. Hargreaves wrong. Hargreaves is wrong, but you can make a better argument that because Microsoft is Windows and all that, but he's wrong. Pixel's absolutely right. But at least you could have the conversation. But when Hargreaves made stupid shit like, oh yeah, consoles is dying, everybody's like, when people are like, oh yeah, all consoles are selling poorly. Nobody clap back. Nobody said, hey, nah, bro. Let's be honest. Nintendo and PlayStation, they're killing themselves. They never did that. But now with PC, oh, wait. Time out. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Tech. They called the tech real quick. Flagrant 2. Kick them out. I'm surprised they didn't boot him off the podcast.
Well, you
Steam.
presume that Steam is the end all be all.
Anything. I know for a fact who runs PC, and the damn sure ain't Microsoft.
Ooh! Ooh! Pixel's like, listen, talk all your shit about PlayStation, say all the lies you want on PlayStation. But you're not doing that you're not doing that bullshit on PC. Now, see, this is where it gets funny because Harvey's not used to that. He's like, wait a minute, I'm getting pushback. Whoa, what podcast is this? You know, and look at Boomstick. Boomstick don't even know what to do. The other guys don't know what to see. Everborn is like this. Ooh, we got time today. Everborn's excited. The other two, they're like, they don't know what to do. This is new territory. Like pushback. Somebody out here pushing back. This is new territory for them.
Well, if you look at the
who gets the most PC revenue,
the question like, will they do the?
Who makes the most PC revenue is by far Microsoft. You're talking
gaming?
About, are you talking about gaming? That's a different.
We're talking about gaming,
story.
bro. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing. We're not
but
talking
if you're talking about gaming,
business. We're talking about gaming. This is a gaming.
Valve
show.
makes 7 to 8 a year. Xbox makes 22.
Not in PC gaming. You know what's funny? The top bar of the show is called Prime Time Gaming, and my man want to bring up spreadsheets. He wants to bring up, you know what I'm saying, like how much money Microsoft makes off of Office products and shit like that. Office 360 and servers and all those productivity softwares. What are we talking about here? He said, I mean, if you're talking gaming, yeah, Valve technically is better. But if you're talking like Visio and Office 360 and spreadsheets and PowerPoints, you know, and all these other Azure, you know, Microsoft is king on PC. Like, what is this dude? Yo, move the goalpost. He's not even playing the same sport. This dude's at the ping pong table. He's deflecting that ball back real quick. There is no goalpost. He eliminated that goalpost. He blew that shit out the water. Yo, this dude. Yo, this is crazy.
On PC.
So I don't care where they make it. They make
no,
22.
but we talking about on PC. You said who run PC.
Who owns PC?
Raise your hand if y'all think that Microsoft runs PC gaming. Raise their hand. Can I get a show of hands?
They absolutely do. How do you make a game on PC?
That's the point I'm making.
I don't just think of gaming.
How do you make a game on PC? You use.
When you say PC, I just don't think of gaming. The show is called Primetime Gaming. It's literally your own show. What else are you going to talk about? Visual Basic? C++? What are we doing here? When we talk about PC, I just don't talk about gaming, you know. I mean, there are other stuff, you know, Excel, spreadsheets, you know, Adobe Acrobat, you know, things like that. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, literally. Yo, this shit is funny. Yo, even Everborn is like, oh, this motherfucker right here, bro. We not doing this, bro. Yo, listen to Everborn, Pixel, Yatu. What you are going through for like maybe this little stretch of 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that's what I've been going through since like 2013, since like 2014, 15. Like all day, every day. This mentality that you guys went through, that's what I go through. So you can only imagine. You just got a little taste of the craziness. You two only got a little taste. This is why I make fun of Xbox fanboys, because they do this all the time, bro. All the time. This shit is crazy.
Use what? What do you use?
Windows.
You use what? Microsoft's
You can code
Visual
on Linux. You don't have to code on Visual Studio at all.
So now he also now saying, what do you make it on? Sure, you make it on DirectX 11, right? Let me help you out, Hargreave. Let me help you out. This is, you guys still don't know what the hell you're talking about, right? When you talk about PC is growing, you're talking about PC in terms of the marketplace. We're not talking about the operating system. The operating system is already solidified as the most used operating system in the world. Let's get that out the way. Microsoft could completely gut gaming. They could completely say, we're done with gaming, shut it down, it's over. And Windows OS is going nowhere. It's too entrenched in productivity, businesses, hospitals, government, it's schools, it's all over as an OS, okay? That's why they said there's 1 billion PCs with Windows, because it spreads beyond gaming, all right? So you don't even need gaming. Like, OS is not relying on gaming to be relevant at all. That's already a foregone conclusion. So now when you talk about gaming, it's about the marketplace. Where are the games bought? Okay? Where is it bought? Okay? Microsoft has their own marketplace, Windows Gaming Store. But why are they putting their own first-party games on Steam, where they have to give a 30% cut to Valve and not keep it exclusive to their own store, where they keep 100%? And their own store is why Game Pass works, because Game Pass is connected to the Windows Store. It's not connected to Steam. So Game Pass is connected to the Windows Store, right? So they're both linked. And you keep all your stuff on your own operating system. It's because no one gives a shit about the Windows Store. PC gamers don't give a shit about the Windows stores. PC gamers care about Steam. That's, in fact, and I had the conversations on Twitter. A lot of PC gamers, they don't even consider a game on PC unless it's on Steam. If it's not on Steam, they'll tell you, oh, it's not on PC. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you could play right here. Just boot up Epic Store. Nope, not on PC. Don't see it. If it's not on Steam, it's not on PC, according to their viewpoint. Steam is PC, P is Steam, end of discussion. And that's what Pixel's trying to say. For example, if Indiana Jones is not on Steam and only on the Windows Gaming Store, that game's gonna flop. It's gonna sell like shit. And PC gamers gonna be like, oh shit, Indiana Jones is not on PC. Even though you could technically just play on the Windows Store. They're not going to play that bullshit. And that's what Pixel is trying to allude to.
Oh, actually.
Yeah, okay, good luck.
You can do it on the clips. You can do all types of things. I mean, I hear you, but you're trying to mince.
Yo, that was the dude left.
It, right? The point is,
no, I'm trying to tell you what
revenue.
things are. I'm trying to tell you what things are. You want to believe that the world is over. Okay.
No, I don't want to believe shit.
The world is over.
I don't know. The world's not over for
the world
me.
is not over.
Nothing's over about the world.
Definitely not over for Microsoft. They're gonna be making more money than ever before.
Nobody here has to.
Look at J-Rock. It's gonna make more money. Man, shut your ass up, J-Rock. The fuck is you talking about? You weren't hyping that shit. You were talking that shit with exclusives. Now, you did not buy an Xbox Series X to make sure that Satya gets his bonuses. Man, cut that bullshit out. Now Microsoft's gonna make more money there, but you ain't getting shit out of it. You pay for a $500 console, just like we pay for a $500 console, except you get less games. That's it. You ain't getting anything extra. We getting extra. Because again, we're the head of household. Y'all the dependents. Y'all already said it. Y'all dependents. We're the head of household. Head of household's getting the most. We getting more for the $500 we pay for our console, while you getting less. Because while we're getting your shit, you're not getting our shit. Y'all out there crying, where's Final Fantasy? Where's Helldivers? Where's Spider-Man? Where's Stellar Blade? Oh my god, they keep taking all these games away. Even Capcom's leaving us. We keep getting more and more and more to include your shit. It's not being reciprocated.
Said Microsoft is dead. Nobody said that.
Right. This is just concerning their console fan base. Right.
You also said the console is dying.
The console's dying, dog. Like, do you need people to say it? Do you really need people to say it?
Make another console.
The console could die with
Xbox will live on for centuries without the console.
Other thing
this shit is funny, bro. Oh my god, why are you guys like this? They are little by little. Shout out to Everborn. He sees the truth. Like, he saw the truth. I think it was April. He realized what was going on. More and more of these Xbox dudes are seeing the truth about their own community. They're seeing it. Kid Smooth, you saw him, you saw his breakdown. He even says that these Xbox guys are not really Xbox fans. How can they be happy with a brand that's just not doing it for them? So the actual Xbox fans, they're seeing the truth, right? There we go. Check this out. Shout out to Septic Sauce. You punk ass mother effer. Woo! American gunslinging, baby. All right. Shout out to man, I gotta do a podcast with him. It's so fun, man. It's a fun dude. But let's listen to this, right?
I said if they put you and I in charge, that we would stop every plan and say, Doom Eternal's no longer coming to PlayStation. Because when you brought that up, remind me. Indiana Jones is not coming to PlayStation. We're pulling back that. You know how Phil always pulls back his promises to the Xbox fans? He goes, this is not a signal, and we're not making all our games multi-plat. Then he goes ahead and does it anyway. Why not do the opposite? Why not just say, hey, all of the games that are from Xbox first party and our published platforms and our partners, all those games are exclusive to only Xbox Series S and X consoles. They're coming to PC 6 months later, and then we'll talk about putting them on other platforms. But if you want to play this roadmap of games, you have to buy an Xbox Series console and then watch them actually sell consoles in Europe and UK and even Japan, because people see games. We don't play the consoles. We play the game. Elder Scrolls.
We don't play the consoles, we play the games. Mr. 12 T-Flops. Do you know how many videos this dude made on hardware, bro? You know how many now? You know what's funny? That stuff they're saying, I said this on this channel for years. Day and date on PC, bad mistake. They should have, if they really needed PC, they should do what Sony did. Just focus on the console, make the game first on console, then port it to PC a year or two later. But put all efforts on your console. They didn't do that. Hell, they put exclusives and timed exclusives. Towerborn, another game that's going to be on PC first before the console. I told these dudes when Gears Tactics, when they did that shit, Gears Tactics, none of them cared. And that was years ago. And I told them years ago, bro, they put Gears Tactics first on PC. It's a timed exclusive. Say something. Yo, go after Phil. Flood his DMs. Tell him he's nuts. And he better never do that nonsense again. Tell him if it can't be on console, don't even bother with the game. If you can't get it on console day one, then shut that shit down. Do not put PC as the main preference. You know, if you're gonna work on PC, fine, but they don't get to be the main focus. They didn't do that shit. They let them slide. And now they want to talk about put it on PC 6 months later. Bro, PC gets exclusives. The hell you talking about? It's way too late. Y'all should have said this years ago. From the moment Microsoft, I think it was 2018, right? When they had Gamescom. And the only exclusive game they announced was Ages of Empire, and it's only for PC. That day, y'all should have, Xbox community should have shut that down. All of y'all. All of y'all says, Phil, we got it. You make PC games, but you will never, ever, 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 ever announce a PC exclusive without, at a minimum, also announcing a console exclusive that's not going to PC. You're going to balance it out. We get it. Ages of Empire can't be made on Xbox. Got it. Because of control mouse and keyboard. Got it. But you're going to make it exclusive for the console and it's not going on PC. Balance it out. Or don't do it at all. They should have demanded it that day. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. They should never they should have never let him slide. So that way he knows, oh shit, the console fan base is serious. They be doing this like shit. But no. They don't get away with it. Then they make Gears Tactics. They put it on PC first. The damage control was mouse and keyboard, all that stuff. But when the game got released, it already had controller support. Day one. Controller support was right there. Yo, this shit is wild, bro.
Fallout 5. The only way to sell them is say, look at all these games. This is the only place to get them. I said, if
now exclusives sells consoles. Now they get it. Bro, y'all way too late, man. Y'all just reminiscing. Now this is like the reminiscing phase. Like things that you could have, would have, you know. It's kind of like the girl that got away back in high school type nonsense. It's just crazy, bro. That's what they're doing now, right? This is why. But at least these guys, you know, shout out to guys. It ain't Colt. Y'all talking about woulda, shoulda, coulda. That's fine, right? You're trying to retrospect. But the other dudes making up shit, Spider-Man 2025? It's going to be on Xbox next year, Spider-Man. They're going to put Spider-Man on Xbox next year. My opinion, according to... Oh, snap. This shit is wild, bro. You guys are wild. Let's go after Destine. Let's see our boy Destine, man. Man, you know, Destine, you know, I feel bad for this dude, bro. I don't know why. Something... It's like, I don't know, man. Like, Destine's that dude. How can I put it? He got involved in something he didn't realize. Hey, you know, because you got a lot of these journalists and IGN, whatever. They jumped into the console war. And they didn't realize what this is about. And now he thought like, ooh, I could jump in. I could say some stuff. I could do little wavy hands. And now he's getting crushed, getting defeated, bro. He doesn't know where to go. I feel bad for this. I really do, because that's the man. You weren't meant for this console war stuff, man. You should have just stood journalists or whatever, and just I don't know, man. But damn, listen to this.
And that's my reaction to the Indiana Jones coming to PlayStation 5 reveal. I'm still working through it. This video is a little bit more rambly than my usual ones. But like people are like, oh, look how mad Destiny is. I wouldn't say I'm mad, but I think it's interesting that Phil Spencer had an emergency podcast to tell people Starfield and Indiana Jones are not coming to PlayStation 5, only for 6 months.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that, Dustin. Dustin, this is where communication's key. He didn't say in the context of whether Indiana Jones and Starfield will come to PlayStation 5 in its own world, right? In its own thing. He was talking in the context of the first 4 games, right? He's like, hey, because he didn't say exactly what the first 4 games was. He's like, hey, we got 4 games, but those 4 games are not Starfield and Indiana Jones. It's not them. We know what the 4 games are, right? It was Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, and what was the other game? I don't even know what the other game is. Some other bullshit that they had. Whatever, right? So anytime people kept asking him, is Starfield, is Indiana Jones? And he said no, but it was no in terms of what they decided to launch for the first 4. It wasn't the perpetual answer of Indiana Jones Starfield ever coming to Xbox. No, all conversations from that podcast was based on the 4 games they decided. They picked 4 games, and everybody's asking about Starfield, Indiana Jones, and he's like, no, because they weren't. We know what the 4 games was. What was the 4th game? I don't even remember. I know Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush. The hell was the 4th game? That's how dog shit Xbox is. Can't even remember. I can't remember what the 4th game is. Chat, help me out here, because that's driving me nuts. Grounded. Oh my god, Grounded. No wonder I forgot, bro. Oh my god. Yo, what happened to that game on PlayStation? Like Sea of Thieves, a little bit of conversation, but Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, and Grounded. Real quick, right? Listen. Dust Falls was later on, right? It wasn't part of the first 4. I think it got announced a little bit. But that just goes to show you, like when people say, yeah, Xbox games ain't that great, it really isn't that great. Because I completely forgot about Grounded. Anybody even talking about that? Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush, even Hi-Fi Rush wasn't actually a big thing. Did Hi-Fi Rush even sell 1 million copies on PlayStation? Was there any announcements on how well Hi-Fi Rush sold? 1 million copies? Nothing. It just goes to show you that we're not sure. People could be like, "Oh, you're trolling." Look at the reaction of the games. I think CFD's fared a little bit better. I think they announced it sold 1 million or something like that, right? Or so. You know, and 1 million copies for a game that's really old, because you know CFDs is a really old game. That's probably great for them. But Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, that just proves a lot of these games didn't really care about Xbox. I didn't even play any of them. Those first 4, I didn't even touch them. It wasn't that big of a scope, and it's on PlayStation.
Later, to announce that they're coming to PlayStation 5, and people are like, there's more content. Like, he didn't quite say that. He said they were announcing 4 games today, and it wasn't those today, but. Yeah. In a Verge interview, he said, "We'll never count them out." It's just like, of course he knew the whole time that the PlayStation version had to have been in development at that point. So we were always marching towards this date.
Yeah.
Game companies don't just hit file save as PS5, file save as Xbox. This is not how it works, right? So, yeah, I feel a little misled by Phil Spencer, not only with the Bethesda statement when he said this is about getting exclusive games in places Game Pass exists, and that didn't happen. And then with the statement that Indiana Jones and Starfield aren't coming to PlayStation 5. I'm not upset, but I do feel misled. And I think a lot of people feel misled also.
Here's my question, Dustin. How? And here's what's interesting. You have much more connections than I do. You're literally IGN. You got all these talented people. How were you misled, but yet I wasn't? Now, you could say, oh, you're a fanboy, Puerto Rock, but yet I ended up right. See, the thing about a fanboy is literally what we just saw a couple of minutes ago, where you just make up random shit. Spider-Man 2025, just stupid shit. Like actual fanboys, they just say the dumbest shit, and they're not right. I was right. So how did I end up right? Was it luck? I wasn't misled. If you would listen to me, Dustin, last year, you would know this was happening. You should have, let's be honest. You keep saying, oh, I was listening. No. You had the opportunity to be like, you know what? Let me listen to Puerto Rock. And you would be fine today. If you would have listened to me last year, at a minimum last year, if you would have saw my Tim Stewart video, you would have been like, damn, Puerto Rock is like, the chat, you guys weren't misled. Were you guys misled? You guys knew. We all knew. Dustin, if you would have saw my just that one video, you would be fine. You would have been like, oh shit, Puerto Rock showed, the actual, Wells Fargo Summit, the actual conversation Tim Stewart has. He broke it down. Yep. Xbox games coming to PlayStation. It's just a matter of what, how, when, and I broke it down. You would have been good. This feeling you have right now, or a day or two ago, whatever, you would have been good. You would have been good, bro. You would have been prepared. None of this would have been a surprise to you. But you did it to yourself, and I don't understand how. Shout out to Full Sweat Tryhard. Notice how Xbox mentions sales numbers when it comes to how their games sell on PlayStation. That's true. You're going to see sales numbers now with PlayStation.
So I'm seeing a lot of people, I don't know how else to say it. They're coping. They're coping really hard on this one, or jumping up to defend the Xbox brand, when they should be asking, what does this mean for that brand into the future? I mean, they'll make more money for sure, but when you don't need to make hardware anymore and all of your money is coming from your competitors, do you just get out? Like, what's the...
Now, here's the thing. You just said they're competitors. Again, if you would have paid attention last year, Dustin, see my video, Tim Stewart said out of his own mouth who would be competitors. Microsoft does not see PlayStation and Nintendo as competitors anymore. Tim Stewart literally said it live. I have it on video. This is what I'm talking about. They already said they're not competitors anymore. Tim Stewart said, well, who would be competitors last year. It's in the video. You hear it from his mouth. So why are you, to this day, still calling PlayStation a competitor? PlayStation's not Xbox competitor no more. Microsoft is embracing PlayStation as a platform. You don't announce PlayStation on your own stage in Gamescom if they were competitors. That was over.
The profit incentive to remain in, and it's a pivotal moment because it is a major temple exclusive that they went to Disney. They advocated for getting exclusively. They talked about during the FTC trial about it being exclusive. They came out on a podcast and reiterated that game would remain exclusive at least for 6 more months until they announced it would come to PlayStation 5. And it leaves me feeling less trustworthy of where Xbox is going. And that's my...
Yo, you guys are doing it to yourselves, man. I feel bad for you guys. You guys just can't let it go. All this information and everything. You know, I don't think he'll come, but I would love to have him on the show. Even if it's just a one-on-one interview, one-on-one call. I would love to have Destine show up and have a talk. I just listen, man. Listen. If, let's say, however, if I had access to the industry, if I was like on IGN or GameSpot or something, and I had all this access, oh my God, I would be a god. I mean, look what I'm doing from a simple ass man cave with a goddamn resistance poster, an audio mic that hardly works, configurations that I always have to adjust, on Spectrum bullshit internet. Look at what I am accomplishing. I'm like, listen, I'm Tony Stark in a cave in Afghanistan, and I just made the Iron Man suit. I'm fucking Tony Starks. Look what the fuck I'm doing with the bullshit I got. Look at the bullshit lighting I'm using. A fucking ring light, that motherfucking TikTok. That's it. I'm Tony Starks. I ain't got fucking materials. I ain't got a advanced setup. I don't got no diffuser screen, all this shit. I got a Blue Yeti from like 2016. A goddamn Logitech 1080p mic, and my background is a resistance poster on a PS Vita that I never even had to begin with. This is what I'm working with. I'm using the free version of fucking Voice Meter. Look what the fuck I'm working with. I'm not being sponsored by fucking Advance guys. I got no guys to edit my shit. Look at my opening to my video. Grand opening, grand closing. That's it. That's what you get from me. I ain't got Advance and all this fancy shit. I don't got none of that. I'm literally Tony Starks in the cave of Afghanistan. I gotta work with what I got. That's what I'm doing. And look at the damage I'm doing, bro. Look at the damage. Imagine if I had an actual professional shit. Oh my God, bro. You couldn't stop me, bro. Every other day, you know it's bad when my own audience has to help me with my own audio. I ain't come here for this shit. Look at the shit I got working with. Look at his background. His background's clean, bro. He got the fucking Halo helmet and shit. Motherfucker got a YouTube plaque. Look at that nice lighting. He got depth. Nice color scheme. Look at this bullshit fucking color I got here. It's an apartment, but look at this shit. This shit don't even match. This guy got, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. He even got his own symbol. Now, I'm gonna say that symbol, the letter D with that penis looking thing, I don't know about that one, Dustin. You might want to change that one. Some people might confuse the D for something else. Pause. But look how nice this shit look. Got one. It's a nice warm. It's almost like you're inside his room. Like, let me see if I could. You know, it's 320. Whatever. It's 320p. That's the most true.
My reaction to
it looks inviting. His room looks inviting. This shit looks like a fucking dungeon. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got shit here. What the fuck I'm working with? The best thing I got is the goddamn Yankee cap, and one of you guys said that you thought that was fake. I ain't got shit. This is the most dog shit setup I got. I Every week, you guys have to go through fucking audio issues. And look at the shit, right? Despite all the trash ass shit I got going for me, the knowledge cannot be denied, bro. The shit I'm kicking here, the shit I'm spitting, cannot be denied, bro. No, I got another hat. I got the Giants hat, but that shit don't look right. I got a red. I do got a Giants hat. It just don't look right. Yeah, Nixie, it was you. My Timu Yankee fitted. Shame on you. You know what I'm saying? The poster, yeah. Thank out to Shafiel Adams. This poster, you know how many people? I had people that DM me. I think it was $200. They were going to drop $200. They want that poster. They want that post $200. You know this poster? Let me show you something. This poster is 8 feet long. It goes to the bottom. Like, you think I'm lying? I'm not lying. This poster's long as fuck. Like, let me show ya. Hope this shit don't collapse. But watch, let me show ya. And this is not paper. It's like a thick canvas, right? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at that. This shit's long as fuck. This is the size of a camera. That shit's long as fuck. Look how long it is. Let me fold it in half. Long, and you could tell it's fucking thick. Like I can't even like easily bend it. It's like a canvas. Look how long this shit is. Like I could literally fold it in half. Ah, see, I fucked it up. Fix this shit right here. Get your ass in there. Ah, fucked it up. Wow. All right, boom. There you go. There you go. Look at that. No lie. This shit is long as hell. Look at that. It's long. Now I gotta shove this shit back in there. God damn it. The things I do for y'all. The people, I had like $200 somebody DM me. Oh my God. Now I gotta, you know what? I'm not doing this shit. Now I gotta fucking shove this shit back in there. Get your ass back there. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that now. I'm not doing that now. Guess all that. Fuck it. I'm not doing it. That's too much work, bro. I'm not doing that. That's just a lot of work, bro. That's just heavy as fuck. That shit staying that way. I'm not doing that shit. That's just too much work, bro. I'll fix that shit later. Yeah. Yeah, here. Yeah, I can have this as the background. There you go. The ultimate history of video games. You good? There you go. Wait, can you see it? Here you go. Bow. There you go. That's the new background. That's just too much. I'll fix that shit later. There you go. Look at that. Boom. See? Bow. Nice. Boom. Got it. What else we got? All right. Let's see. Let's do this. All right. Let's talk about this. That's right, Billy. No hold that. This thing's like I'm not dealing. I'm sweating just doing this shit. All right, we good. There you go. We're not dealing with that shit. I'll fix that shit later. But just hey, that's just no joke. That's just like a bulletproof sheet. I gotta say this. Xbox Game Studios. What in the fuck is happening? Another lock 30 FPS game. You're launching another game with no performance mode. And it looks like this. Holy shit. You telling me you cannot get this in performance mode? This thing. Listen. The graphics was downgraded. Let's not lie to ourselves. The graphics was downgraded to this cartoony Sea of Thieves engine. This game was made in dreams using the PlayStation 5. That's how they made this game. Literally downgraded the realistic Skyrim looking graphics of the very first showing to the Sea of Thieves mod, and you still can't get performance mode. Holy shit. Yo. This shit is bananas. And people were calling the PlayStation 5 the 30 FPS machine. And now they're releasing another game. Well, when it launches, you're stuck at 30. No performance mode. Let's not even talk the advanced performance modes using high frame rate and VRR. They still haven't even mastered that. They haven't not even mastered. They have not even begun to touch on that. While PlayStation, that we get that day one from first party. The high frame rate VRR to get those better visuals and frame rates, we get that day one from our games. Holy shit. Yo, they're gonna keep pushing 30 FPS with no performance mode. They're done. To me, performance mode, in my opinion, performance mode is the next gen feature. Sure, we got some other great features, you know, the SSD, loading, DualSense, but the pivotal difference of this gen in the previous gen is performance mode. Standard. To me, that's the big deal. That really made these consoles amazing where you can choose 60 frames. And if you don't like the graphical and you prefer 30, then all right, choose that. But to me, that's the biggest differentiator of this gen and last gen. And Microsoft saying, nah, son, we rocking that 30. That shit is wild. Now, I'm sure a year from now, when everybody moved on from the game, and I hate that shit, and I do hate that shit from third party, because third party be doing that on PlayStation. They add better performance mode, whatever, 5, 6, 7 months later. Like, it's too late. The majority of people already done through it. Maybe if you're going to replay the game. That's why I bought Final Fantasy, right? 7 Rebirth. I bought it day one, right? But I could have waited, right? Only because Square Enix has been really bad with that. I'm not impressed with Square Enix in terms from their technical proficiency. I'm not feeling them from a technical proficiency standpoint. They always have to updates to get better performance months later, instead of, you know, doing right by the day one adopters. That's my only thing. That shit is crazy. 30 FPS again, and this game is not graphically demanding. Like, stop, bro. What are we doing here? Like, come on. I guess PC is the way to play if you want 60 FPS, or you're going to have to wait 8 months for the update. It's true. Good point. Critopsy. The field of view is narrow, so it's not like it's wide. There's not a lot going on. And the combat's not hectic. I remember Colt, shout out to Abdi. He made a video talking about 30 FPS between, you know, FPS between PlayStation and Xbox. Let me see if I can find that shit again. This
Xbox is ready.
Bro. This dude, bro. I swear to God. Let's see, what was that? What's that 30 FPS shit? Oh, did he delete it? I think he deleted it. Oh shit, he got rid of it. Did he get rid of it? No, there's no way he got rid of it. I think he got rid of it. Yeah. That shit is funny. It's not there. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't find it. Mm-mm. Yeah, he doesn't have it. The video that's talking about Xbox 60 FPS will be the standard output of PlayStation for graphical fidelity. They'll be pushing 30. That is funny. Oh, hold on. Let me see here. Maybe a look here. I'm sorry. I was looking at the live. Let me see here. Let me see here. Where you at? Where you at? Come on. Come on, Colt. You know you did the video. You know you did it. Let's take a good look at it again. Where you at? Where you at? Yo, like every other video from this dude is like Xbox big update. How many goddamn updates did Xbox actually get? Like every third video, Xbox update, new upgrade. I'm like, holy shit. You would think at this point Xbox would be developing its own games right off within the box. Where you at? I think Cole actually. Yeah, no, I think yeah. My man said. Oh, here we go. This is it. Is this it?
On PC, anyone with a medium to high-end PC hardware configuration can run most any game at HD resolutions at 60 FPS. If the developer intended the world of Horizon Zero Dawn to run at 60 FPS,
there we go.
Interactions with the world at 30.
Oh yeah, there's a video.
Psychonauts 2, Everwild, Hellblade 2, and many more. Xbox has expressed that a target frame rate for the Xbox Series X.
Let's start right here. Let's see.
Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Halo 60 FPS or above, or all of the first-party Xbox games at 60 frames per second. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60.
Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Halo Infinite, Forza, Gears, Psychonauts 2, Everwild, Hellblade 2, and many more. Looking ahead for the Xbox Series X, most if not all of the first-party Xbox Game Studios exclusives will either run at 60 FPS or above, or offer a performance mode to run at 60. Halo Infinite, Forza, Gears, Psychonauts 2, Everwild, Hellblade 2, and many more. Xbox has expressed that a target frame rate for the Xbox Series X console is 60 FPS, and they are setting the bar in-house, even with the platform supporting Xbox One. X console is 60 FPS, and they are setting the bar 60 FPS, and they are setting the bar in-house, 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 and they are setting the bar in-house even, and they are setting the bar in-house even, and they are setting the bar in-house, and they are setting the bar in-house, and they are setting the bar in-house even, and they are setting the bar in-house even with the platform supporting Xbox One for a year or two. Contrast this with the biggest games being shown by Sony for the PS5. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is being boasted by PlayStation engineers and developers to push for visual quality and animations at 30 FPS over the prospect of playing at 60. Insomniac believes that it is more important to see the quality animations and interactions with the world at 30 FPS than to compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60. To compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60 FPS. To compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60 FPS. To compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60 FPS. To compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60 FPS. To compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60 FPS. To compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60 FPS. To compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60 believes that it is more important to use at 30 FPS over the prospect of playing at 60. Insomniac believes that playing at 60. Insomniac believes that it is 60. Insomniac believes that it is more important to see the quality animations at 60. Insomniac believes that it is more important to see the quality animations and interactions with the world at 30 FPS than to compromise visuals or effects at the cost of playing at 60 FPS. Ratchet & Clank ran at 30 on the PS4, but what does it look like if we see this game with lower visuals in motion at 60 FPS? Here it is, captured on my PS4 at the highest quality, interpolated to look 60 frames per second. The game comes alive and response time every 16 milliseconds is improved, meaning you get double the visual clarity per second compared to 30 FPS. Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West is also likely favoring visuals over performance, even though visuals over performance. Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West is also likely favoring visuals over performance. Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West is also likely favoring visuals over performance. Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West is also likely favoring visuals over performance, even though Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West is also likely favoring visuals over performance. Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West is also likely favoring visuals over performance, even though looking at the delta of the PS4 Pro power to the PS5, the new hardware can easily handle these visuals at a manageable resolution at 60 FPS. Developers like Guerrilla Games are choosing to ramp up visuals at the cost of continuing to put out games at 30 FPS to continue to put out games at 30 FPS to create a filmic presentation, to ramp up visuals at the cost of continuing to put out like Guerrilla Games are choosing, to ramp up like Guerrilla Games are choosing at 60 FPS. Developers like Guerrilla Games are choosing to developers like Guerrilla Games are choosing developers like Guerrilla Games are choosing developers like Guerrilla Games are choosing to ramp up visuals at the cost of continuing to put out games at 30 FPS to developers like Guerrilla Games are choosing to ramp up visuals at the cost of continuing to put out games at 30 FPS to developers like Guerrilla Games are choosing to ramp up visuals at the cost of continuing to put out games at 30 FPS to create a filmic presentation when the game, and most every game on the PS5, would look truly next generation just if they were able to make it playable at 60 FPS or higher. The option to play at 60 FPS is solely up to the developer and their own vision of what the game will look like, and that needs to be respected. That is, until you look at PC. On PC, anyone with a medium to high-end PC hardware configuration can run most any game at HD resolutions at 60 FPS. If the developer intended the world of Horizon Zero Dawn to run at a filmic 30 FPS, then why is it going to Steam on PC, where the majority of users will get to set it up to run at 60 FPS or even higher? Looking at the benchmarks of similarly even...
The funny part is, that actually happened with Starfield, remember? Creative decision. So the knock on PlayStation is what actually happened on Xbox. Creative decision.
Less capable PCs compared to the Xbox Series X and the PS5, these games should offer a 60 FPS mode on console, even if that means exchanging real-time ray tracing with screen space reflections and other visual modes that we have been enjoying in our favorite games for over a decade. With advanced checkerboarding, dynamic resolution scaling, and DLSS, machine learning efficiency software, developers have more tools now more than ever, more power and more processing to create a vision of what they want their games to look like. And the capability in the PS5 and the Xbox Series X should be able to do it all at 60 FPS. This is Colt Eastwood. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, at least we know one console, from the first party perspective, is doing its thing. Filthy, bro. That dude pushed so much BS. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. All right. But hey, gonna hit up the last topic. We're gonna talk about Concord real quick, right? But I want to recognize everybody who's rocking out with me, everybody who's watching. I want to say I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here live with me. And then for those who catch up later, I hope you enjoyed the video and stuff. But I want to say I really appreciate each and every one of you. You guys could be anywhere else doing something else, but you're rocking out with me. And I'm really appreciative of you guys supporting the channel just by being here, enjoying it, right? And I hope this is entertaining. I hope it's fun, right? So, Concord's off to a rocky start, right? Concord's off to a rocky start. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? All right? Like any other game, you're going to have your games that may not have the launch, it flops, whatever. There's going to be people that still like it, still enjoying it. Like me, Forspoken flopped, but if you ask me, I enjoyed it, right? Concord flopped, right? The only indicator of us knowing how well it's been doing is so far Steam, because Steam is easy to get numbers. But it's not looking too well. I think it's not even 1,000 people on Steam. So, and I don't think Steam and PlayStation are really that far off, right? All right, so this game is off to a rocky start. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Sony, the developer and the publisher, Sony have really only two directions to go. Direction number one, it's a 66 now? Oh, shit. Oh, it's dropping. Nah, let me see. Is it really dropping? Metacritic. Look up. Ooh. Oh, man. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Whoa. 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 This game's in a hurt locker. Let me just leave it right here. 66, bro. Like, yo. We're gonna pause this thing right here. The 66, right? So Metacritic wise, it's flopping. We'll get more idea. Well, they launch in August, so we're gonna have to wait till September. So in the middle, like towards the end of September, the third week of September, we'll get the August MPD, right? But here's Sony and the developer only has two directions to go. Direction number one, cut your losses. Game will be out for a year and a half, and then they'll announce they're shutting it down. Similar to Anthem, Marvel's Avengers, you know, they're just like, it's not even worth the squeeze, right? Okay. They'll be like, shut this shit down. We're not going to put money into this. We're just going to cut our losses, whatever, which is bad, right? Or number two, dig into the trenches and do what like No Man's Sky did, what Rainbow Six Siege did, and just keep pumping money, and hopefully with the future content and all that stuff, it attracts an audience and they end up a success. So there's only two directions to go, right? Cut your losses or dig deep. Only problem is digging deep doesn't necessarily mean you're going to come out successful. What that means is you put in even more money and it could potentially still flop. But now you have more losses instead of cutting your losses early. Sony's in a pickle with this one, right? Now, I know people are going to say a plan like this, Sony's going to take risks and games will fail, right? Games will fail. Okay? And I understand that. But I don't think this game will fail without some type of consequence. Apparently this game was 8 years in the making. This is crazy, bro. 8 years for this game. To me, any live service game that fails, it's going to come with a consequence. Sony's just simply not just going to report revenue loss without some type of mitigation. And we've seen multiple times in the tech industry, IT industry, gaming industry, what they do to mitigate revenue loss is layoffs. They do layoffs. And that's how they get the numbers back up. And what I'm afraid that if they don't double down on it, if this game causes a significant amount of loss, that might, one, shut them down. Sure, Firewalk Studios will be closed. That's obvious. But I don't think that's enough. I'm afraid that Sony will nitpick all the studios little bit by bit and force more layoffs across the board to accommodate or make up for losses. Shout out to PB and why I represent. Respect for keeping it 100. That's what's up. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to everybody. This is what I call a key moment for PlayStation, where they have adversity. They got a major flop initial on their hands, and how they're going to respond. Because this sets the tone on how serious their live service ambitions are. And how many more flops can they handle? Right? After Concord, I don't even know what's the next games as a service game. Everybody know? Everybody know what's their next games as a service that's coming? Or we already know that's in the pipeline? I'm not sure. Fair games. Oh, and also Marathon. That's right. Marathon and Fair games. I don't know which one's first. I don't know which one will be ready. But what if both of those games flop? Because Marathon's interesting because the Destiny community is not too excited over Marathon. I don't know how that's going to happen. It might blow up, whatever. But what if Fair Games and Marathon flops? Or in the Horizon multiplayer game? Like, how deep can this go before Sony really puts themselves in a bind? And I don't mean as a brand or company, just their live service strategy. Now, I said this, in this long-term strategy, there's going to be some flops, right? The question is what tax we have to pay, or that what tax has to get paid for flopping. And here was the question I asked on Twitter. Who really asked for all this? Now, some gamers, and maybe some of you will say, well, we want this Soulcom Killzone. We've been saying that for the longest. But what I mean by who really asked for this, I'm talking about in the sense of putting your money down and enjoying the brand. Because PlayStation 4, right, came off of the PlayStation 3 gen, and it ended up until now, but PlayStation 4 ended up being the most successful PlayStation out, and now the PlayStation 5 is, right? But let's focus on the PlayStation 4. So PlayStation 4 from 2013 to 2020, the most successful PlayStation. And it did it with barely any first-party games. Now, I know people are going to mention GT Sport, MLB The Show, right? But those games, it's because of what they are. It's Gran Turismo. It's PlayStation's iconic racing sim. And then, of course, Sony has pretty much the monopoly on baseball. It's no different than EA has a monopoly on football. EA has a monopoly on European football, soccer. 2K has the monopoly on basketball, right? So those games is what's driving the success. They're not just, hey, let's come up with a live service concept and then you create the game. Those games adopted the live service concept, right? And Gran Turismo did also, but Gran Turismo is a well-known racing sim. But when you build a live service game from the ground up, PlayStation didn't have that. And yet PlayStation was so successful. Everybody was buying it. Everybody's enjoying it, right? But then people comes in with the business sense, and I understand the business sense. Believe me, I'm not arguing on anything on the business metrics. That majority of the PlayStation money or whatever is somehow multiplayer related, whether it's through monetization, MTX, whatever. So many hours of PlayStation gaming is multiplayer, whatever. Got it. Right? But that analysis is third-party analysis. Sony's looking at the analysis of third-party games. Sure, they're trying to hit that wave based on what they see from third-party. But here's the thing. When Sony doubled down on first party for the PlayStation 4, if you looked at the third party analysis, first party wasn't a big hit. When Phil Spencer said, first party games don't really hit no more, he literally was using third party analysis. Sony went against the grain. They didn't follow third party analysis. They pushed first party single player content. And it worked. Nintendo did the same thing. They didn't listen to third-party analysis. They went against the grain because the developer says we could do this. The passion was in the single-player storytelling and the gameplay. And it put PlayStation on the map so much that PlayStation 4 became the most successful PlayStation. Even more successful than the PlayStations that did have a robust library of first-party multiplayer. Think about that. PlayStation did better without first-party multiplayer, or very few, compared to the previous console that had it. PlayStation 5, right off the gate, is already their most successful PlayStation. And the gen's not even over. We're just in year 4. Right? But once again, PlayStation 5 did it without first-party multiplayer. The first big multiplayer didn't come out to this year. It came out in February. It wasn't until this year till PlayStation finally got their big multiplayer game. So what we were doing before? How did PlayStation 5 already earn most success without first-party multiplayer? It just goes to show you what the actual PlayStation fan base really, really wants. If Sony announced today, we're not doing first-party multiplayer, we're done. Except, obviously, you're going to have Gran Turismo because they're going to, in Sims. You're going to do MLB, right? But outside of that, and then obviously Bungie, because they both Bungie, so Bungie's going to do what Bungie's do. But outside of that, they're done. People going to stop buying PlayStations? That's it? PlayStation's dead? It's over? No. People have been buying PlayStation without major first party, whatever. They've been doing it already. The thing is, the multiplayer guys primarily found their home. And this is what I'm trying to convey. This is not like 2004, 2005, 6, 7, where you have multiplayer games with the single player and you play it for a little while. And then when the new sequel comes out, you got Uncharted 2, I'll use that, right? And it had the multiplayer. And everybody, people were playing it. Then when Uncharted 3 came out with multiplayer, everybody left Uncharted 2 and played Uncharted 3. Then eventually Uncharted 4 came out. So now we moved on to Uncharted 4. Those days are over. People ain't moving on for multiplayer and then the multiplayer and then the multiplayer. That's not what it is now. Now, because of live service games, people stay. The time to make these live service games was last gen. That was the time to really do it. Because it was, it was the new upcoming thing, and you had to go in and grab your people before somebody else. Now, I think it's already done. Majority of the multiplayer is already stuck on the live service games: the Call of Duty, Warzones, Apex, Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, Destiny, Grand Theft Auto 5, Fortnite, the biggest of them all. That's already done. All these new vast amount of live service games, you guys are trying to nitpick, trying to get the little bit of meat left over on the chicken bone. All the majority of the multiplayers, they found their home. Sure, they might leave their favorite multiplayer to try the new one just to try something fresh, but after a week or 2 or 3 or 4, but a month or so, they go back. They already invested thousands of dollars, countless hours of hours of playing and game time. They got their crew and stuff. All that's already done. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So who are you making? Like, you're making all these multiplayer games. How much of an audience? And I know the data shows, man, but look, all these gamers playing multiplayer. And I know the data's there. You have a lot of people playing multiplayer. But the multiplayer they're playing is their home. They're already locked in. Those games are live service games. And they're going to stay there. They're going to stay on that Call of Duty. They're going to stay on that Apex Legends. They're going to stay on Valorant. They're going to stay on Fortnite. They're going to stay on Warframe. They got so much content on there and so much to do, and they pay so much money that you're not going to pull them out because they got so much invested and they just love playing that. Roblox, yeah, good luck with that one. Who are you pulling off of Roblox? Who are you pulling? So you got this vast amount or attempt to make gas games, but who's it for? Because the remaining audience, that's the majority outside of the thing, is the single player guys. And we just want good single player games. We don't want to be stuck on one game forever. And that's the beauty about single player games. They end. That's the beauty. That's what I love about single player games. I know some people say, oh, it's one and done. Yes. Because you actually play, enjoy, and then get sense of accomplishment that you beat it. They don't throw another season at you, and now you get a true sense of accomplishment. You beat the game, and then you want to see a new sequels, stuff like that. You know. And the crazy part is that's what put PlayStation 4 on the map. If anything, what Sony should do is when they see the data of all these third-party multiplayer games being played, they should double down on those and be like, all right, let's reach out to Fortnite, let's reach out to Apex, whatever, and let's try to create more exclusive content for the PlayStation gamers. Reach out to, Apex and create, the first-party character map, character pack, where you can play as Kratos and Thing and all these assorted PlayStation characters and charge $30 for it. People pay it. People on that will love that. They could run around as Kratos like they do on Fortnite and shit like that, right? Don't they have Kratos and Horizon Zero Dawn and all that weird shit? Do that shit for all those games. Warframe, all that stuff. Double down on shit. That's where your PlayStation fan base is at, right? In fact, let me see. Let me show you something. Let me show y'all, give me a second. I'm going to show y'all July. Matt Piscatella, he showed, here we go. This is July. We'll see next month, but this is July. This is what PlayStation games are playing. Number 1 is Fortnite. Number 2 is Call of Duty Headquarters, Grand Theft Auto, The First Descendant, Roblox, NBA 2K, EA Sports College Football, Minecraft, Madden, and Elden Ring. Elden Ring is only because of the DLC, right? The Erd Tree. That's it. Helldivers knocked out the box. Now, I'm not saying Helldivers 2 is a failure, right? It could be 11, 12, maybe 16, whatever. It could still have enough people where the revenue's good and it's doing good, right? But we see consistently what is the most top played. Fortnite's been there for years. Call of Duty's been there. Madden and EA and Minecraft. That shit, Roblox now. That shit is there and people are just going to stay there. They're just going to stay there. And you know what's crazy? The PlayStation gamers who play multiplayer are happy. I guarantee they're good. In fact, I would love to see some type of survey and see what they really want. Do they really want more PlayStation multiplayer, or do they want PlayStation to focus more on single player? Because in my opinion, if I primarily play Fortnite and Call of Duty and any of these games, right? And I'm on PlayStation, and I want PlayStation to make a game, I want to make a single player, because what that does is gives me a break off of these games. I could play the single player, beat the single player, enjoy it, and then go back to this. But how can you really enjoy Fortnite and Call of Duty and all these games you have to put in hours, but then jump to Helldivers or Concord and all that? And it's like, you're gonna jump from one multiplayer to another multiplayer to another multiplayer. No, the good balance is, hey, we got the biggest multiplayer games right now. Make the single player so we could take a break, enjoy these single players, beat it, and then we go back to what they really like. They'll go back to Roblox, they'll go back to Call of Duty, they'll go back to Grand Theft Auto, and they'll play that for hours until the next great single player game comes out. And that's the best balance. I understand Sony's desire. That I completely understand. To be honest, let's all agree on one thing. We know exactly who's been asking for this, and it is not the PlayStation gamers. At least the majority. It's the shareholders. It's the execs. They're the one that wants this strategy. And the reason why I say that is I cannot see the majority of PlayStation gamers co-signing a strategy for Sony to get into live service games that requires PC. There's no way we ask for that, because this gas strategy requires PC. That's why the live service games are day and date. Sony's not focusing on us 100% with the exclusive live service game. No, live service games are on PC. That means we're both the same. We're on equal footing. That means PlayStation can't do it itself. It relies on PC. That means PC and PlayStation is the same for live service games. You cannot tell me we PlayStation gamers co-sign that. We ain't co-sign any strategy where PC and PlayStation on equal footing. Gets the same support, everything across the board. We didn't co-sign that. We didn't co-sign Sony putting energy into making games for PC, especially day and day. That's not a strategy we co-signed. We didn't ask for that. We didn't ask make more multiplayer games, even if you have to put it on PC day one. PlayStation gamers didn't ask for that. They didn't do that. It's just we didn't. I can't see anybody accepting that. You know? Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if I could find that graph. Let's see. Sony first. Sony single player and live service budget. Let me see. Oh, here it is. There you go. Did I find it? All right. Here we go. Let me see. Let me try to find it. Trying to find it. All right, found it. Here you go. Hold on, this is ready. Hold on, let me make sure. Make sure I could push this out for you guys. I'm trying to get a good image for y'all. Give me a second. Let's see if I can really do this. All right, here we go. This is a good one. No, damn it, this ain't a really good image. All right, we're gonna have to work with this one. Yeah, we'll work with this one. We'll do the best we can. We'll make it work. Pay attention to this side, right? Is there a way I could pop it out? Let me do this. Hold on. I think there's a way I could pop it out. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Whoa, what happened? Okay, here I think I got a better image. Oh man, I'm trying to help you out. Let's see. Can I get a image? Open a new tab. There we go. All right, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Open a new tab. Let me reduce this. All right, here we go. All right, boom. So this was the breakdown of their investment strategy. I'm sorry it took so long, but I got this. All right. As you can see here, the dark blue is their live service. The dark blue live service. Dark blue live service. Light blue single player traditional. It's right here on the bottom. Okay, traditional live service. So you can see in FY19, 88% of the budget was traditional. And you see how whatever. Then FY23, they decided as the revenue growth, they're going to put more money into making games, right? Overall, so that's why this chart is higher. But 55% of it is going to go to live service games to start building these games. 45% is to single player. So you notice the decrease in funding for single player game. This is probably is why we're going through what we're going through. You know, the transition from 19 to 23, the space in between, it was a decline in investment in single player games because they dramatically increased investment into live service. So this is what we're going through. Now, what people are saying is when FY25 comes, so that's next year, the money for single player game will be back. So as you can see, FY19, and then you look at FY25, even though FY19 is 88% and FY25 is 40%, because the height of the block is similar, Sony's going to get back to the same amount of money to FY19, right? But here's the thing with that. This is still less money than this. I'm going to explain to you. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Shout out to Blandrew. This is what I've been trying to explain to BG. Sony gave dudes an entire generation of multiplayer titles, even when online was free and people didn't want it. You know what? I think we're both saying the same thing. PlayStation 4 with paid online and much less first-party multiplayer was more successful than PlayStation 2 and 3 with free online and much more multiplayer games. It just goes shows what people really wanted. It's a good point, Blandrew. But I want you to look at this chart. People are looking at FY19 here and here because the bars are similar in height. They're saying Sony, by the time FY25 comes, they're going to make so much money, but just because it's 40%, it doesn't mean that single player is not getting the budget because they're getting the same budget as FY19. Right? Problem is, first party, single traditional games are getting less money. The people who say the money's not being, shortened, they don't understand logistics planning. They don't understand how to forecast, funding for future projects. You see, while the box, let's pretend this box right here, 88%, I'm going to just make up a number, right? I'm going to just make up a number. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about for logistics planning. All right? I'm going to put the calculator up here. All right? That's right. Professor P-Rock is here, bro. I got you. If you don't get your ass, all right, we'll do it this way. Okay, we'll go here. All right? For logistics planning, let's say this 88% represents $1 billion, right? And then in FY25, this 40% still represents $1 billion. So when you look at it that way, like, yeah, Sony's giving $1 billion, and I'm just using numbers for the sake of math. So they give, but the budget for game is $1 billion, right? $1 billion. Right? That's the budget. So on that, let's say in 2019, it costs $75 million to make a game, right? So we're gonna how many games we can make at $75 million, right? Let's say the average budget. Again, this is all for the sake of understanding. All right, 13.3. We can make around 13 games. Okay? So with a budget of $1 billion, we can make 13 games. Okay? This is where logistics planning comes into play, because in FY 2019, today's prices will not be tomorrow's prices. Things go up. Things get more expensive. Salaries, tools, technology, even like the logistical facilities, electricity, everything goes up. So now, fast forward to FY25, you got $1 billion, but now games don't cost $75 million. Let's say they cost $120 million now. advertising, all that. So now we're going to divide that same billion that we got, but this time by 120 million. Now we got 8 games. We went from getting $1 billion to make 13 games, traditional games. So now we make 8 games, which means you're going to have gaps. Okay. If we wanted to continue to make 13 games like we did in 2019, but this time, what did I say? I said 120 million? At 120 million, we would need $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion in FY25 is the same as $1 billion in FY19. That's how logistics planning goes. Now they're the same because you got to accommodate the rising cost in salaries, goods, materials, all that stuff. So you can't give me the same budget that you gave me 6 years ago. Sure, you can. You can say, here's $1 billion, work with it. Sure. Here you go. You got 6, 7, 8 games. You don't have the 13 games, 13 greenlit projects you have. You get 8 now. We got less projects lit. That's the effect that we're going on. You know, so this bar needs to be higher up here in order to actually be similar to this, because you got to adjust for inflation. You got to adjust for rising costs, or you're not going to get the 13 games. I'm just giving you an example of the numbers. Logistics planning, you know, tomorrow's prices are not today's prices. It is what it is. And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for rocking out We Were Live. I'm hungry as hell, and I got to clean up this damn mess with the poster. I hope you enjoyed the show. On your way out, hit the like button. Just hit the like button. I truly appreciate everything you do and what you guys do for me. Just checking out the show. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed everything. Aaron, stop your goddamn crying. Phil don't like you. Just stop. It pains me to see you keep doing this. He don't like you, Aaron. He does not like you. Phil don't like you. Stop it. Nah, shout out to everybody, man. Thanks for rocking out with me. All right. You guys take care. Peace.